Hey guys, welcome to the 2025 Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este and welcome to the brand new BMW M2 CS G87 right here in velvet blue, brand new color. This is the positioning color for the BMW M2 CS. You might have seen the Brooklyn Gray already in our previous videos, but I want to give you a quick walk around of the car. We're gonna hop inside at some point and show you that. So let's talk about the design as always, because the specs were kind of leaked but not leaked, so we're gonna mention those briefly as well. So front end clearly based on the M2, no surprise. We had the F87 doing the same thing, but you do have this skinny grille, which is, as always, motorsport inspired, as BMW says, because it's got these large air openings for additional cooling. The engine's got more power, so it definitely needs that. If you look at the bottom, you will see that you are missing the carbon fiber you usually see on CS products. I mean, you see them right here, 3 additional ones, the Valentino Rossi, this one, they all have the carbon fiber front lip. So this one gets this plastic. I don't know why. I'm going to try to find out from BMW M, because I was hoping it's going to get that carbon fiber. Speaking of things missing from the car are the yellow DRLs, the headlights. They're not turned on right now, but you will see them later. They're a staple on CS products, and you don't have it on this one. The reason, unofficially, I've heard that it might have been a little bit more complicated to do the yellow headlights on this one compared to the traditional headlights on the other cars. The other thing missing from this car, which I hope you will have, it's the power dome, especially with the additional vents and all of that. It doesn't have it. It's your typical hood. I don't think it's carbon fiber either. So essentially you're not losing any weight based on that. Now, if you move to the side, I guess you will notice CS specific wheels, typical bronze. I mean, you see the wheels right there, really the same wheels, no difference whatsoever. Then of course you got the big red calipers as well. Always a cool thing to see on the CS products, like all of them right there. Side view, really the same, up to the rear end, of course. You get carbon fiber mirrors. Thank you, BMW, at least that. We get the roof, which is awesome. And then from the side, honestly, that's pretty much it. Of course, the looks change quite a bit when you go to the back, because now you're getting into the territory of a very bulky, very aggressive looking car. And this is why we're probably gonna buy this M2 CS, because it looks different than regular M2, especially because of this Ducktail. I mean, look at this. Gives you that E46 M3 CS cell vibe, racing vibe, motorsport vibe, however you want to call it, even some Porsche vibe, as I've read online already. Very, very cool. I love it. It looks even more aggressive in real life. I mean, I'm going to ask Dan to come around. You can see from this angle right there. I mean, just look at that. Straight cut right there. Very aggressive. Absolutely, absolutely stunning. Best part, this one, it's made of carbon fiber. So the entire trunk, it's made of carbon fiber, is saving some pounds there. My math is correct, might be slightly lighter than the M2 with the manual, but we'll check those figures in a second. M2 CS badge, of course, this new badge that we've seen with the latest generation CS. As you can see, it's got this black with the red contour, very, very cool. I think also the M2 CS badge should change a little bit compared to the first one, because not only the fonts, but I think they're a little bit more together. There's not enough space between them, so that's a new interpretation of the badge. Once again, the back, no changes, same taillights. I was hoping they will change them. I always talk about this, how I wish the taillights were actually pointing upwards like the traditional L shape. Now it's kind of like a reverted L shape. I think if you do them like that, I think it'll be even better looking, or better looking in general. I guess if you look at this angle, I mean, you can go right there back and we can look at this angle. I mean, you can see how massive the car looks like right now, even though size-wise hasn't really changed. I mean, it's the same size, but this Ducktail really makes a difference visually. And you can see the broad shoulders right there. Absolutely, absolutely stunning. You are getting this new diffuser though, that's cool. Carbon fiber, of course. Then naturally you have the exhaust with the 4 pipes. Apparently there is no difference in the exhaust. It's your typical M2 exhaust. Should sound the same. It does sound different in Europe than the US because of the OPF. I think if you haven't seen our Instagram post, check it out. I did a video with the M2 in Brooklyn Gray, M2 CS in Brooklyn Gray, and you could hear the sound right there. The US cars, as always, they will sound better outside, especially because inside it's all synthetic sound, so I don't think you'll ever notice any difference there. And speaking of specs and all of that, let's mention them briefly. 530 PS with torque-wise, 479 pounds-feet of torque, 650 Nm of torque. It's about 50 Nm of torque, or 37 pounds-feet of torque more than the automatic BMW M2. Now let's open the door and let's take a look inside. All right, so let's take a look inside the car. First off, the seats, carbon bucket seats. Only one color, black. You have the combination of leather with Alcantara right there, and on the side bolster as well. It's your typical CS seat, really no change there. Let me hop inside. Of course, plenty of carbon fiber. We'll talk about that in a second. It's getting the new steering wheel from the BMW M2. Absolutely no change. Alcantara, 12 o'clock red marker. I love this flat bottom, and this is why. because it's easy to slide your feet in and out. People think that this is more of a styling choice. I think it's more of a functional choice for tall people like myself. You can see it right there. Carbon fiber trim, you expect to see this in the CS car. Thank you BMW for doing this. All around here, CS badge right there. Once again, same center console as on regular CS. You don't have any storage space right there other than this little cubby in this spot. A lot of people were asking if this is actually leather. It looks to be more plastic, so there is no leather on the dashboard, so we can settle that discussion very, very quickly. Other than that, really, no change there. I drive 8.5, of course, they wouldn't change that for this car. Same thing with this. These new vents are also coming from the BMW M2 facelift, so absolutely no change whatsoever. So this is really the interior of the BMW M2 CS. Let's see what else to point out. I mean, you have the Alcantara, of course, roof, so something that you'd expect to see, but once again, only one color choice. I do love the stitching on this one. It seems to be white stitching, I guess. Very, very cool looking. The seats are great. They're not just cool looking, but also very, very comfortable. And of course, you do have the back. If I pull this off, maybe we can pull that off from that side and we can show the back. Yeah, perfect. So you can see carbon fiber as well. It's a car for two, so I wouldn't expect a lot of people to do that. And then on the door, if you look on the door, you will see another CS badge right there, which is of course unique to the car. It's kind of hiding behind that, and it lights up, especially when it's dark outside. So that's pretty cool. And then of course you see the side door seal right there, the door seal you will see with the CS badge as well. So plenty of CS badges to let you know that you're paying extra for this car. But if you buy this car, it's not about the design, I would say. I think it's more about the performance. So let me pop up the hood so we can show you the engine for the first time. All right, so let's take a look underneath. Here we go. S58 3.0 liter. This is the engine that's in all the new BMW M2s, M3s, and M4s, of course. So as you can see, really no changes here. It's got the same bracing, same struts, all of that. Really no change whatsoever. And you can see the hood, it's not carbon fiber. It's the same hood from the regular BMW M2. Of course, performance-wise, I expect this car to be ridiculous fast. I can't wait for BMW to do a Nürburgring lap. I talked to Frank Van Millen. They said that they're thinking about it. Of course, it does help if you have all-wheel drive. This car does not. It's still rear-wheel drive, so you need to get some proper rubber like Cup 2R tires. This car does come with Cup 2R tires made specifically for the car. And I believe in the US, there is no cost option, or you can get a Michelin PS tires, which are fantastic as well. So as you can see, velvet blue, love the color. I think it's fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, so this was the BMW M2 CS. Production starts this summer. Deliveries will be in the fall probably. So we'll have a chance to drive this car probably by the end of the year. And from what I was told on the track, it is phenomenal. And you're buying this car mostly because of the performance, not because of the design. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I hope it's very useful to you. If you have additional questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get them answered directly from Frank Van Meel, the BMW M CEO. See you in the next one.